necessarily reflect those of ownership, management, or advertisers of this station.
And welcome to the Green Hour on WURD at 96.1 FM and also 900 AM on the weekend, sponsored by Celia. I'm your host, Dr. Paul Hopkins. We're here every Sunday from 3 to 4 p.m. You can also find us online at www.wurdradio.com and in the community. My co-host is health advocate Bill 1L Morgan. Bill, you there?
You got it, buddy.
And each week we bring clarity to the conversation about health and environment. We encourage clean living from the inside out. A centerpiece of this is maintaining a healthy lifestyle and getting informed about the connection between good health and what is happening in the world around you. It includes what you consume, what you wear, what products you use on your body, how you clean your home, what you drive, what you purchase, and the decisions you make every day. On the Green Hour, we will focus on how the environment plays a key part of our social integrity. On the Green Hour, we will focus on how the people and the planet are one. Without further ado, welcome, family. Hey, hey.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
What's
bro.
up, family?
Bro.
Mike Moore in the house.
Yes, he is.
All right, Mike's back there mixing it up. He getting it together. And Bill with 1L Morgan. How you doing back there, man? You all right?
Hey, man, I'm doing well over here. In the country, man.
Yeah, in the country.
We saw some sun a little bit earlier today, but right now it's kicking up with the gray clouds, buddy.
Yeah, the gray clouds, man. You know,
Yeah,
it's
man.
getting a little overcast, you know, and that's where we have to, everybody's getting a little down. You know,
I know,
don't
I
get
know.
down. That's just part of the process, y'all. That's
Yep.
part of our ecosystem. Has to go through that process. So, you know, it must be some rain. Clean up all them germs. How about that?
Yeah.
So,
Probably, man.
hey, Bill, I want to say, first of all, a couple of shout-outs. You know, I'm coming straight from a celebration that took place at the Potter's Field. The Potter's Field. If anyone knows what the Potter's Field, there are in Philadelphia, back in the early part of Germantown, right in Germantown, there was a Potter's Field, you know, that there was desecrated, and that was back, and it was actually a high-rise that was built over top of a desecration of a potter's field. And when I was living, myself and my wife, when we lived in the Germantown area, we had to, sort of like as fighters, my wife, part of the Northwest Neighbors, shout out to Northwest Neighbors,
That's right.
all
That's
put
what's up.
together, and Lisa, you know, sort of spearhead that whole thing, and they actually put that thing together, man, to get it as a historical landmark. The buildings came down. There was they imploded the buildings, and then they built new homes there, but also preserved the foundation of the land that was there.
All right.
Great shout outs for everyone that attended today. It was a festival We had they're doing a documentary. How about that, Bill? They're doing a documentary, man.
That's
cool. And they're telling the whole story. So, family, look out for the documentary. Sister Wahida and Tyira, they're doing a documentary on this whole Potter's Field. We had Mama Gail out there. Shout outs to Mama Gail. She came out there, and she, we gave a libations on the ancestors, and it was just a great event. So I'm fresh out of that energy, and I'm coming into the green hour. How about that,
right,
Bill?
look out.
I tell you, man, and there's so much to talk about, and today is going to be an exciting show. Bill, we've been working on this one for a long time. We've been working on this testimony a long time, so I'm pickle pink today. And I'm pickle pink, and the brother is light skinned, so a little pink. So I am tickled today because of the great testimony you're about to hear. Family, if you have someone...
Hey, Mike, he must be pickled pink because he's looking good, boy.
You got me on camera. You got me on camera. Yeah, you got me on camera. I'm on camera. I didn't know Mike went live yet. But hey, I want to say to everyone, if you have someone in your life that's suffering from chronic conditions, this is the testimony you want to hear. This is also for anyone doing humanitarian work, development, anyone doing something that's on the field that's not been, it feels like sometimes when you're working in humanitarian avenues and, it's a thankless job. Now, I want you to hear this story today. It's going to be something that's going to bless your heart, but it's also going to be inspiring for those individuals who want to really continue the fight. Sometimes it seems like when you're doing something, you're fighting for it, whether it's the children, whether it's the school system, whether it's dealing with, just keeping your community clean. Sometimes that fight takes a lot out of you. And, there's an expression that, you get tired in it, but not of it. That's what you got to understand. Get tired in it, but don't get tired of it. Stay in the fight. So we want to talk about that today, and I'm going to go into that. But first, before we go into this powerful testimony today from a powerful leader here in Philadelphia, I'm going to talk to you. Bill, tell us what's going on with this COVID, some of the news items and things that are going on with the COVID. How are we doing with that? Give us a heads up.
All right, man, here we go. Looking at about, what is this, confirmed about 10 minutes ago, guys. We're looking at a total confirmed amount at 54 million, guys. Here we go. 54,636,228, all right? Total critical, 98,411. Total deceased. This is that thing that we kept talking about, guys. You got to keep our eyes on it. Total deceased, 1,322,532. Now, again, that's worldwide, okay? And total activity, total active, should I say, 15,551,652. Mike, you got your drum roll ready, Mike? You got your drum roll ready, buddy? Here we go. Total recovery. Yes, sir. 37,573,723. Guys, that's a great thing.
Yes. Did y'all hear that, family? Yes, absolutely. Yes. Did you hear that, family?
As we always say, Dr. Paul, the fight is the mental thing. We want to make sure that we've gotten it right and that our heads are right, because when we do that, you know what? There's a whole lot of things along with the thing that are suggested here for us to sort of get, not to diagnose, to cure, or you know what I'm saying, Dr. Paul?
That's right. Not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease. We're just trying to say food, family. Build your immune system. Your immune system is the greatest system, and
that's exactly
they know that everyone's waiting for the vaccine. There was when Pfizer came up with the rate, they're saying now that it's 90% effective, but still there's going to be another sort of elephant in the room, and that elephant in the room is going to be, once they have it, who's going to take it. And now they're saying the demographic for African American people is that we are, as people of color, have the highest demographic of those that will not take the shot. So what's going on with that? Why is it that we're not doing that? Because we're feeling that, of course, there's been past bad history with vaccinations or any experiments. We can talk about Tuskegee, you can talk about the smallpox with the blankets, you can talk about many, many situations. But, one thing that we hold strong, that I think that when I listen to the radio shows and I see the television shows about why we're not taking it, I can tell you because we're closer to the understanding and faith that God is going to provide for us, that you don't have to step into that realm. And that's why people are saying, I'm just going to do the greatest thing that God gave me, which is my immune system. And from that, I feed my body, and it's going to correct itself and protect you from all that. And even when you look at the data does show, they say, look at the science and look at the data. The data shows that, even the Lancet magazine, New England Journal of Medicine all said the same thing. It's less than 1% of that death rate. It's always an underlying condition. Someone's already sick. That means when you get hit with something, that means your system was already sick. That's why. So what do? You got to feed your body, correct it, get it in balance, get out of that chronic condition that you have so that you can now be prepared. So if something hits you, guess what? You can correct it. You can go back into the balance.
That's right.
So I want to say, be encouraged, family. Continue to be on, the field for this, because this is where we have to be. So, all right, Bill, I'm going to go straight in, man, because I know this time seems to evade us.
Escape us. It gets away with us, guys. And by the way, just with this being Testimony Sunday, we got a great testimony coming. And I want to remind the family, guys, that if you're in the local areas, fellas and ladies, you can get us right here locally. You can call us. If you have questions, concerns, all those kinds of things, comments, call us right here at 215-634-8065. Again, that number is 215-634-8065. Now, if you're out of the calling area, you can call us right here at 1-866-361-0900. Again, that number is 1-666-361-0900. WURD Radio 96.1 FM, 900 AM, Black Talk Media, Philadelphia.
And thank you, Bill. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and thanks for those numbers, Bill. Keep us up to date on those, okay? Keep us
always
up to date,
man.
All right? Okay,
Yes,
family, without further ado, I want to go straight in because this testimony has really touched my heart, and also the relationship even goes deeper. I hope that I can even serve even justice in telling the story correct. But today, I want to introduce the family to someone I've been trying to get on this radio show for the longest. Probably of everybody for a long time. And I think no better time and divine appointment time than right now. And that is to introduce to the family and listening audience, for those that know me as Dr. Paul, before that started, someone sowed into my life a time, where we were doing development and things for, the not only the naturopathy, but also with the health and the environment of the Germantown section, which is where we just left from today. But from that, how we could bring back and change things. So I'm going to introduce you all, family. I want to welcome to our Green Hour today, Reverend Ricky Housley of the Eagle's Nest Christian Fellowship Church in Germantown. That's 501 West King Street in Germantown. Welcome, Reverend. How you doing, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're here. I finally got him on the show.
I know you had the hog time.
I had the hog time. No, I had the veggie time. Not hog time. We veggie time. I had the veggie time. Mike said, no, that didn't work.
We don't do that
Don't
hog
do that.
stuff. We don't do that hog
Don't do no hogs. Rev, I want to welcome you to the Green Hour, finally, that the people of Philadelphia get a chance to actually experience and understand. Tell them this, the real brief little bit of who you are and what you do, and about the mission that you are all about. And just tell everybody what you do, man. Who are you?
Well, number one, I've been, I wasn't born in Philadelphia, but I was raised in Philadelphia. Originally, I'm from Solid City, North Carolina, but my parents migrated up here during the Great Migration, looking for work, and we settled in Philadelphia. And I've been have done all of my schooling, all of my ministry life has been done right in Germantown. I've been in ministry 43, going on 44 years.
All right.
And our local church is just celebrated our 31st anniversary.
All right.
And we've been located at 501 West King Street for 28 years.
Wow.
Doing work in the Germantown area. Dr. Paul was one of our neighbors at that time. He used to live in the area, and I was introduced to him back when he was doing a musical project for his local church, which was about 3 blocks from us, Enon Tabernacle Baptist Church. And he found out we had a recording studio, so that's how we started interacting, because Dr. Paul has a background in music, music production. And then what happened after that was he started telling me about his grandmother and how he got involved in naturopath, trying to prolong his grandmother's life. And he gave me the testimony of how he was able to extend her life for 10 years because she had her limbs cut off because of extreme diabetes and a lot of other challenges about diabetes. Well, that was near and dear to me because I lost my pastor, Pastor Roy Wheeler Sr., Mount Vernon Baptist Church, who I served with for many, many years. I lost him to, he died of a diabetic coma. So that was near and dear to me. That kind of connected with me. And then the next thing was that during that year that him and I began to interact, over a 3-month period of time, I had buried 18 people. And these were not all older people. It wasn't but a handful of older people. Most of them were people in and around our age. And I'm like, this is, I don't want to see another gravestone. I don't want to see another headstone. You know, it's just one of those things. And I was sick and tired of just seeing, and the common thread was the way people were eating and these chronic diseases that were taking their life prematurely. Dr. Paul and I began to interact and talk about that, and he told me about the program he was working with over in Center in the Park with the geriatric group, working with that program for 4 years, and that they had lost their funding. But he really wanted to start back up and wanted to work with the men in the community. He said, I'm going to start with the worst offenders because men don't like going to doctors. And
you know that.
They don't deal with their numbers and that kind of thing.
Yes.
And so I reached in my pocket. I just happened to have an extra set of keys, and I had the alarm code, and I handed him keys. He said, what's this for? I said, when are you ready to start?
Yes, you
he
did.
Said, are you serious? I said, I'm very serious. I said, I trust you. I said, here's the keys, and here's the alarm code to the building. Give me your hours, give me your schedule, let me know what you want to do. And that's how we began.
Yes.
That was over 10 years ago.
Yes, it was. And that's exactly how it happened. You know, and you know, when you did that, you also had a prophetic word behind that. You said God told you to give them keys to me.
That's what he said.
And then I sat there with disbelief. I said, are you serious? I said, because I had the following. I had all the men. I had a lot of men that were following, but we needed a location to birth, you know, to birth the whole process. And you just reached in, brought out his keys, said, this key go to that door, this key. I said, well, what you doing? He said, you did.
Yes,
these
sir.
keys are yours. And the rest takes off. You know, and Rev, go ahead. I don't want to break your spot, man. Go ahead, continue, please.
I mean, we have had just tremendous outreach to our people because, as you know, most of the areas where minorities are, we have a food desert, and a lot of GMOs and being introduced into the food chain, and our people just, you know, because of economics, does not always have the best opportunities to eat the best food. And so several years later, we partnered with Trader Joe's, with Panera Bread, and, you know, people were complaining that, you know, eating healthy was expensive. And I said, no, doctors are expensive, hospitals are expensive, medical plans are expensive, drugs are expensive. I said, but food is cheaper. I said, why don't we do this? I said, we've partnered with Trader Joe's and Panera Bread. Why don't we get you started out? So we were bringing in fresh vegetables, fresh foods, fresh things for them that was organic, and giving it away for free.
Yep. That's right.
And did that probably up until this COVID. We were telling people, listen, let us get you started. And we were doing it 1 day a week on Sundays, and then it got good, and we started doing it 2 days a week. And then Dr. Paul, you know, with the men, we started doing it with them, and then we started doing it on Monday nights during our prophetic college evening. So we found ourselves knee-deep giving away food, and healthy food, not just any kind of food. Food that was, you know, was good for the soul. Now, several years later, Dr. Paul told me an opportunity came up for him to go back on the radio. This is not his first stint on the radio. And he began to tell me that they had offered, the Lomax family had offered him a spot to do what he does. And I told him, I said, you need a sidekick. You need somebody that got a handsome voice. I said, can I introduce you to a lifelong friend who I've known for years? I met him through a mutual friend years ago, and we go way back. I said, I think you guys will be fire and gasoline. He said, okay. And I introduced him to Bill 1L Morgan.
1L Morgan.
who's a lifelong Seventh-day Adventist who, been about his health ever since I've known him.
Yes.
And he's always preaching to the choir, And putting these two together was like fire and gasoline.
Yep.
They have done a masterful job, and everyone has benefited. Our community is better because these two have come together. And then I had another brother that I knew. I was asking Dr. Paul about the herbs and whatnot, because he would always bring the herbs to the meetings. And I said, man, I got a guy that I've known over 30-some years ago. He's a Muslim brother. Him and I are great friends. We've been friends for years. I built his first restaurant. I said, let me introduce you to him. I said, he's a wonderful young man. Him and his wife, wonderful people. His name is Shakir. And I said, he has a place over here on Wayne Avenue near Seymour Street. And I said, I think you guys. So I said, well, when I do this, I'm going to drop by and I'm going to talk to him about you. So I went by and I said, how your business doing? He said, I'm taking about as far as I can go. He said, I'm peaked in my knowledge, man. I need to grow in this. I said, man, I got the man for you. He said, who is it? I said, Dr. Paul.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, introduced him to Dr. Paul, and that man's business has literally doubled as a result of it. And the great thing about that particular business is that, you go to Whole Foods, you got to buy stuff pretty much that's prepackaged. Here's a method of doing things is, he'll allow you to buy a pinch of this and a pinch of that. He goes according to what you can afford. It's wonderful for our community because we can't always, buy the prepackaged stuff, and then, of course, Dr. Paul had been working with him and another group and got his own line of stuff going, and it's just been one thing after the other servicing the community. And we've had tremendous testimonies as a result of this, Dr. Paul.
Yes, and I can say, Rev, and then, the men's group that we've had over 10 years now, the men from every statue of life you can imagine has come through there. We had military, we had, Negro League baseball players, we had politicians, we had people in every facet of life you can imagine.
And every religion, too.
Every religion, too.
Yes,
absolutely. Yes, and that needs to be very much understood. It's not by just religion. We have dealt with every religion has come through there. Because, there's one common thing that we are all looking for a better way of life as a humanitarian effort. So, hey, Rev.
Dr. Paul, last year I had the opportunity to answer the call. The government of Ghana named last year the return of the descendants of the slaves. And I had an opportunity to go to Ghana, and I went into the dungeons where the slave castles were, and I had an opportunity to do all of that, and meet with the only ambassador in the world for the people that came through those slave ships, Dr. Erica Burnett, which is the African Diaspora Embassy. It's right there in the W.E.B. Du Bois compound, right behind the U.S. Embassy in Ghana. And with them. And having experienced that, and to see where our people came from, what we had to go through to be where we are today, it's amazing. We have a fortitude that you've seen in no other people. Because of the things that we've had to deal with. But more importantly, the food issue, and it's safe to say I haven't had to bury no 18 people no more.
Yeah, there you go, Rev. And Rev, hold that point. We got to take a quick break.
Yes.
We're going to come back, and we're going to dive into more of the story, because it ain't even get good yet, y'all. It's going to get good.
That's right.
How they say it's going to get gooder and gooder. This is Dr. Paul, Bill 1L Morgan. This is the Green Hour. We'll be right back.
To all caregivers and seniors, are you tired of the fake promises and looking for a home care agency that really cares about you and delivers on promise? Abington Caregivers, Inc. has a sign-on bonus for you. At Abington Caregivers, you come first. Call us today, 215-600-3434 for all your home care needs. We service Philadelphia, Bucks, and Montgomery County. Call 215-600-3434. Abington Cares.
Pollock Herbs and Vitamin Center, 5925 North Broad Street. Open Monday through Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. This week's special, 20% off. That's right, for you. 16-ounce raw elderberries, 8-ounce sea moss powder, and 32-ounce mineral rich. That's right, yours 20% off. But hey, you got to say the key word. I listen to WURD and the Dr. Paul Show, and you got it. Pollock Herbs and Vitamin Center, 215-549-4372, 215-549-4372.
Jobs, entrepreneurship opportunities, small business resources, and financial literacy. Livelihood. The new initiative from WURD Radio to connect Philadelphians to resources to help take the next steps in their professional lives. WordWorks.com features career readiness tools, entrepreneurship resources, funding opportunities, and events to expand your livelihood. Visit WURDworks.com right now and take the next step in your professional journey.
Work, 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 work. To me, I be work.
Livelihood is supported by the Nightland Fest Local News Transformation Fund, Borealis Philanthropies Racial Equity and Journalism Fund, and the Solutions Journalism Network. You're listening to The Green Hour, exclusively on WURD Radio, 96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD, Black Talk Media.
And we are back. This is Dr. Paul, and we are here, Bill 1L Morgan, and we're here, special guest today with the testimony, Reverend Ricky Housley from the Eagles Nest Christian Fellowship in Germantown, and telling this remarkable story about all the things that we've gone through and our experience. You know, when everyone wants to know, how did y'all put some shoes on this gospel? This is how it happened, y'all. You know, we really had a lot of help with this process. And Reverend Ricky Housley, you know, you were just leaving, telling us a little bit about what you were talking about experiencing in Ghana, but also that, you know, you're not burying 18 people anymore, you know, and, you know, that's a powerful piece. Just that part right there means that people are living a healthier choice of life. Yes.
Yeah, and most importantly, back in 2013, my wife said to me, she said, you know, you're 4.5 years older than me, and just by the process of life, you know, she said, God forbid anything happen to you. I mean, we had good life insurance and all that, but she said, I would like for our home to be paid off in case anything happened to either one of us. So I said, okay, we looked into trying to get an insurance that would cover that, and it was pretty high. So I said, well, why don't we just go ahead and have our life insurance up as far as that amount? And so we got in contact with our insurance broker, and the insurance broker said, yeah, we can do that, but it's been a minute since you've had a test, and the insurance company is going to require a blood test. And they did. They came up to my home and did a blood test, and only to find out that I was diabetic. I knew I'd been having some issues, especially with my eyesight, and I went even bought some expensive glasses, thinking they were just getting older. Come to find out that I had diabetes. And the doctor, you know, put that knife to my throat and told me, he said, hey, these are some of the things that can happen when you have to manage a lifestyle with diabetes. And he talked about losing limbs. Well, I had friends that have lost limbs. Dr. Paul said his grandmother lost her limbs. He talked about you can go blind, you can have heart attacks, strokes, you can go in diabetic coma. Just begin to name the things that can happen. Your kidneys can shut down. I had a friend that, you know, had similar issues, and his kidneys failed on him. You've never seen so many diagnostic centers for dialysis centers, and you see them mostly in our neighborhoods. You see them popping up all over the place.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
And I know it's a direct tie to what's going on with the foods. And so I went into, the doctor told me I needed to lose weight. And so I went into a process where I weighed 239.5 pounds. And I weighed myself this morning. I am 188.2 up.
Woo!
Watch out. Look out, man.
That's
WURD
right.
TV.
Wait.
That was Mike. Mike, that was Mike on that one. But you know what?
My bad.
That was it. We needed that kind of energy, but Mike. We needed that energy. That's a shout, Rev.
Yeah,
You went from 239. Listen, family, 239.5 to 188. Wow, that's amazing.
So weight loss is a great contributor to it. Of course, you have to get some movement going, you know, whatever form of exercise you do. And then most importantly, Dr. Paul, I've heard, you know, I listened to the Green Hour and I've listened to the Saturday program forever. And Dr. Paul, Dr. Paul been talking about his green drink and the necessity of doing, the seasonal cleanses and things of that nature.
Yes.
And my wife, she's probably one of his best followers because she follows it to the regiment. Me, I'm an old Southern boy, so I kind of tiptoed in. You know? Yeah, I am. I'm a Southerner.
That sounds like me, Rev. That's what it's all about. That slide in the corner.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So what ended up happening was, Dr. Paul been advertising about this. Was it RM3A?
RM3A, yes.
Yeah. And my wife said, I'd like for us both to go get it. I said, yeah, but Dr. Paul's so busy. So we were able to, set up an appointment to go and get that RM3A assessment. Let me tell you something. I heard Dr. Paul talking about it, and for the person that runs that program, it almost sounds like a promotion. But let me tell you, as an end user to this here, that thing, as some of the old people say, is the bomb biggity. It nails your butt to the wall. It tells you exactly.
Yes.
One of the things that, I have a doctor that I go to, and what doctors do is they use process of elimination. And that process, if you don't watch out, could kill you.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
right.
Mm-hmm.
They take symptoms and how they've been trained in the method of medicine that they've been trained in, and then they start using process of elimination to try to take off the table what they think you got. And but Dr. Paul nailed that thing and made a prescription for us, and I've been taking the herbs that was recommended. And my doctor told me at the time my A1C was probably in the high 9s. And steadily it started going down, and the last visit, before this final visit, went down to 6.2, and the doctor said, you really need to be in the 5s for you to be in the normal state. And I just made lifestyle changes, and of course one of the biggest lifestyle changes was I've been taking them herbs. And I just recently had a doctor's appointment, and the doctor told me to have my blood work done. My A1C went down to 5.6.
Look out now.
And he said, we don't hardly ever see anything like this. He said, you are cured of diabetes.
Woo! Oh, glory. That's what's up.
Wow. That's amazing.
Unbelievable. But Dr. Paul's always said, he said, if you cut yourself before the day is out, you get a scab. He said your body heals 11 times faster on the inside than it ever will on the outside.
Yes,
Look out now.
That's right.
There's a whole lot of truth to that. I'm a witness.
Yes, and
sir.
and Rev, that says it all right there. For somebody that's listening, this story is powerful because you don't hear these stories anywhere. You don't hear people, and I think he said something. One out of you mentioned to me, he gave you a stat, Rev. Something like 1 out of a certain amount he's ever had to even express that to, and as a doctor, that's powerful because people need something to hold on to. And that's when anyone having not just diabetes, but that's high blood pressure. That's when any chronic condition you have. Feed the body, and it corrects itself 11 times faster than you get sick. So what does that mean? You got to apply the principles, but don't break the rules. And Rev, I just want to speak to you that says that, you, a man of God, a man of principle, a man of understanding spirit, mind, body concept, you applied the principle. And no better witness than you to bring forth this for the mission, for the people, and the ministry. I mean, it is so. When you told me this, I had to put the phone down for a second. I think I ran around the block a couple of times, came back.
Yes,
and what did you say?
Yes, sir.
And, because I knew how this is going to affect people. See, it becomes biased when I say it, because people say, yeah, well, you're the doctor, you're supposed to say it, and you're going to say that. But when you hear it from someone else that applies the principle, Rev, you're setting so many people to flight this day, right this moment, because of your testimony. And I just want to thank you dearly for all that you have, sold into my life as a growing, you sowed in seeds in my life that I literally can't repay you ever, but only say that it had to be from God, and the godly principle that you sowed in my life. And now the people that are set in fluid, it says 1 shall set 1,000 to flight, 2 shall set 10,000 to flight. So this thing is going to keep on going. But I thank you publicly in front of everyone to thank you for all that you have done for me, my family, and for the people of Philadelphia. Philadelphia and all the ministries, because you're a minister around the world. Tell everyone about your ministry around the world.
Yeah, we literally, we have churches around in different countries, and we travel. We've been on the road over 10 years, traveling internationally, and we had to cancel our trip this year because of COVID, but our funds is already laid aside to go hit the road this time things begin to open back up. And literally, Dr. Paul's message has not just gone in this country, but it's gone in other countries around the world. And I want to challenge all the preachers that are listening to my testimony.
All right, now
here we go.
We preachers, we just, the saints they love us, and they love us so much they always put the plate in front of us. And then we hang in the restaurants, all that late night eating. You know how we preachers do. And I want to challenge the preachers. And we have a high-stress job. We have one of the highest, most powerful jobs in the universe, because we deal with the people's lives in a way nobody else does, which means we have a high-stress job, and which means that if our eating habits are off, if we don't exercise, we don't have balance in our body, mind, and spirit, that we are susceptible to all these chronic disease situations. And so I want to challenge you. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm a Southerner. I used to eat everything on the hog, but it's oink.
But the oink.
Oink and his oysters. That's it.
And if they can find that, they eat that too. If they can find the oink.
I want to challenge the preachers. Give them a program. We want you to be around. Your people need you. Your family needs you. The body of Christ needs you. The world needs you. And we need you to be around for a long time. So I want to challenge you, amen, to take them steps and watch and see what the Lord will do.
Absolutely. And
Pastor Halsey, it's been over 30 years, man. You and I go. And I'm so grateful you put me in touch with this little good-looking dude here. Even though I got a voice, he's just so good-looking. I can't take it.
We call him a GQ doctor.
And you know what?
Oh, gosh. Now you're going to start that now. Go ahead.
But you know what? Let me just say this, if I may. You know what? And I take your words very seriously. You talk about, the fire and the ice and whatever it is. You know what? It's been a tremendous experience having the opportunity of working with Dr. Paul. I said to him some years ago, I said, you know what, man? I said, Reverend Halsey just said that I've been doing this a long time. And I said to him, what you doing? I've been doing a whole lot longer, but whatever's happened, I don't know what the folk did with it, but you know what? He's got it and kicking us with it. So that's all I got to say. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Dr. Paul knows what I'm talking about.
But Doctor, let me say something to you, Bill. God's given you a knack and a wisdom, brother, that's second to none.
That's right.
And then you're a media person. You had that background, and then you guys were just a natural fit. I'm a networking person. When I see some place where you can come together and find common ground, I'm always networking people. And it's one of the things black folk got to learn. We just, we've picked up on that rugged individualism, and yet we're tribal people as a people, and we have to learn how to fit together, how to knit.
Yes.
You and Dr. Paul were just a natural. When you guys have come together, I'm just so proud of both of you. I really am.
And Ravi, and I'm so thankful again, for all that you've introduced me to, the people, but also allowed the platform so that we could start this thing off right in Germantown. We started this thing, when we were living I was living a stone throw from the church, and from that time, I was really, you wonder what direction to go, but the only thing I kept hearing is that just keep it going. And that message is for someone today, because as those in humanitarian work, whether it's preaching, whether it's ministry, it doesn't have to be limited to just religion, y'all. We're talking about everybody. If you are a spiritual leader anywhere, it could be an organization, a school, or whatever, sometimes you have to reach deep, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Reach deep, and there's nobody else there standing but you, and you're saying, does anybody get it? And that's because the vision was given to you. Hold on to the visions, write the vision also, and make it plain. Move forward. Continue to do what you're doing. And Rev, I just want to say thank you again and again and over. And we've been trying to get you on this horn for the longest time. And I said, Bill, we got him. He said, what?
Yeah, buddy.
But Dr. Paul, my whole mission is I'm about promoting other people. It's not about me. I know what I got. I know what I have. I know, like I said, when I went over in Ghana, and I went over to Cape Coast Castle.
Yes.
And it's like time stood still. Things look just the way they did when they were bringing people out them slave ships. And one of the things that I would say to all of our people, because, you know, this is Black Talk Radio, that if they made a recall today and said you all had to go back to Africa, we all came on the same boat.
Yeah.
We're in the same boat. I don't care what tribe, what part of Africa you come from. We all in the same boat.
That's right. That's right.
So we have to help our people, because it seems like in this country they try to minimize us at every turn.
Yeah, but that's right.
We got to reach out and help our people. We do.
That's right. And so, Rev, I want you to let those who want to get in contact with you, you know, can you just give out your information, tell people the website, because you do a Zoom cast also, which deals with your international churches. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah.
And that's every Wednesday, right?
Yeah, we just had one this morning, matter of fact. We were on Zoom.
Yes.
And we just had our Zoom service this morning, and international people on there, and we do it every Thursday and every Sunday. Thursday at 7:30, and Sunday we do it at 11 o'clock a.m.
Okay. And do you have a number for folks to call you and to get in touch with you, or is there a website?
My website is www.encf.net.
.net. Got it. So that's
ENCF?
Yes, encf.net. That's our website. And we also have a college website for anyone interested in the prophetic college. That is Samuel Elijah Prophetic College.org.
Okay, Samuel
Elijah Prophetic College. .org. .org. And my email address is eaglesnest_RJH at hotmail.com.
Got it.
And I do have a Zoom number, too, if that would be helpful. Anybody would want our Zoom number.
Okay.
Give me a hot second here. I'll give it to you. Yep, okay. I got it right here. It is Zoom meeting ID 455 973 2821. I'll repeat it. 455 973 2821. Be glad to have you, too.
Yes, and that's on every Thursday, 7:30 p.m., and Sunday, 11 a.m. Yes. And you don't need any of a passcode or anything, family. You just go right in with that Zoom ID number, and that, again, was 455 973 2821. Yes. And you can join the Eagles Nest Christian Fellowship and see Pastor Ricky Halsley. Thank you so much for coming in today.
And let me say this, Dr. Paul, at least 4 times a year, you do a joint session with all of us.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes. And because of Coronas, we actually started doing it virtually, and Dr. Paul had probably one of our bigger services, because people came from everywhere.
Yes,
and was plugging into that, and we have our schedule set for next year, so Dr. Paul will do it again next year, at least 4 times a year, because we found out that we have to educate. That's the key.
Yes.
People got to be educated.
That's right.
And a lot of it's just lack of knowledge. Matter of fact, I feel like I'm a missionary for Dr. Paul, because I'm in the supermarket. I make it my business to go to the water aisle, and I start.
Start from the water.
Here I go. I'm the water.
Hey, listen, guys, let me remind you something. I have I know we did one meeting that I videotaped there in the Eagles Nest. As a matter of fact, one of their first meetings we got together, I also, and I've got both of those. So if you want it, Pastor Halsey, I got them. All right.
Yes.
Okay,
yes. That's right. That's right. We'll make that available for the family, that we can send. Put that out there, Bill, because that was a powerful session. We also had the 15th anniversary of the men's group. So I want to thank you so much, Rav. Is there a last number or a telephone number that you have, or is it just going to use social media as your contacts?
Yeah, social media is our contact.
Okay, got you. All right. So again, family, thank you so much, Reverend Ricky Halsley. Eagles Nest Christian Fellowship. Shout out to the family. Love y'all. Thank you so much for what you sold into the people of Germantown and the world, and in my life, and Bill and everyone. the motto at Eagle's Nest is that it was a Rev that you spread, this is where you get your wings, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. So thank you so much, and definitely don't make this the last time, Rev. We want to make sure,
please don't,
keep us posted on your situation, and I know your doctor is probably spinning his head right now saying, what in the world did he do?
You're too funny with you.
Yes. All right. God bless you, Rev, and thank you again. All right. Thank you.
Man, take care.
All right.
Bless.
All right.
All right.
Bill.
That's what's up, Dr.
That took everything out of me, man. Oh, man, I tell you, man, I'm getting all goosebumpy over here, man. I got goosebumps all on my back, man.
Wow,
that was
man.
a powerful story because you know what?
Yes.
As we talk on the Green Hour, we look for testimonies. Testimony, a story. Sometimes when the hour gets, in the middle of the midnight hour, you get that time when you feel like you can't go on, family. I want to let you know, you got to hold on to stories like this. Stories like this that happen to a pastor. I'm telling you, I run through the stories all the time. Some people may or may not want to come forth right now. Some people say, I'll wait. And I'm telling them, yo, you got to tell somebody. The one thing that we talk about on the Green Hour, no matter what you learn here on the Green Hour, Bill, I'm always an advocate. And I tell folks, when we're giving out all this good information, you need to have pen and pad, writing stuff down, and making sure that when you start to get this fundamental information, the most important thing that we charging you with the truth. You got to tell somebody. Tell somebody. Tell somebody. You can't sit there and watch your family just eat themselves to death. That's what we calling, with a slow kill. If you know something, sometimes you're going to have to be, you'll have to be the agitator. That's the agitator. The agitator is the one that sort of roughs you up. But guess what? When you're making a masterpiece sculpture, you're going to need a little sandpaper. How about that?
That's right. Well,
you're going to need some sandpaper to smooth out them edges, and sometimes that's what's going to make your relationship that much stronger when you know that you've gone through the trials and the tests that get you to where you need to go. So, Bill, I say, man, time is flying. Bill, Mike gave me the break about 15 minutes ago.
Oh, Lord.
He said no now. We were supposed to break, but it was so powerful, man, that, I want to say to the family this. I hope you share this show today. Bill, tell them how they can actually pick this up, on either Facebook. Tell them what you're doing as far as redoing the shows and everything so that someone may want to hear this again. How can they share it?
Yeah, guys, listen, just bear in mind, you'll find the entire shows. First of all, if you follow WURD TV, it's actually on their site.
Yes.
And then you find the same programs on Dr. Paul's, on Dr. Paul's Facebook page, as well as on my Facebook page. Now, along with it, there's also the WURD, guess what, YouTube channel as well, guys. So we're in like 4 different places.
Yes.
So if you can't find us, you ain't looking. How about that?
How about that?
this is just an amazing journey, and we want you to know how much we care, because you know what, this is a, as one said, this is a warfare, guys. We want to take and extend the challenge again, just like Reverend Halsey. Extend the challenge to the pastors to get on board, because guess what? You've got a flock, and they're looking to you to help them to become all that Dad allowed them to be born to be.
That's right.
And with that being the case, there's nothing that can stop you from being, guess what, the witness that he allowed you to be, so that you can help somebody else find him, y'all. That's all I got to say for right now.
So here we are in the middle of a pandemic,
yes, sir,
and yet people are getting well. This is why we have to look and understand that, you feed the body, corrects itself, but also applying the principles. So that's what we're going to talk about, moving forward in the next couple of weeks. We want to really go into, fundamental purposes of what you do and why you do it and why you hold on to do the things. Because if you don't have the knowledge and education, you don't know why you're taking the herb. You don't know why I'm doing this. Why am I doing this? They just said it's good for this. And then, just casually you move about. But when you know how to apply the principle, that's the key thing. So I want to thank Reverend Halsey so much for that. And also, Bill, all the things that you bring forth, man, he was spot on, when he selected, and he said, I got somebody. I said, well, who? and then he said, this guy, man, he says, first of all, he going to sound like, this Barry White thing going to come across the run.
Y'all need to stop.
So I thank you, Bill, and for everything you do.
It's my pleasure, man.
All right, we're closing out in a few minutes, but I want to say to the family, if you have something that you're trying to accomplish.
Yes.
We talk about the RM3A. It's an excellent test. It does all the things that people you're hearing people tell about. It's actually a full diagnostics, which means that it's an assessment. It's actually just seeing where you are, and then from there you move forward. So we say not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul, but the machine actually sits you down, place your feet on these pads, put an oxygen odometer on your finger, put a blood pressure monitor on your arm, and then from there it gives us an assessment of where you are, and not guessing. You're not guessing. We're actually looking at exactly what's been laid out, because the testing is an FDA approved test, and from that it can show you where you are. So now you get a roadmap. Now you can say, this is what I've been doing. You should see so many people, Bill, that sometimes they come in and they're very, they say, I'm healthy, I know I'm good, I'm going, and then when they come out and say, wow, I did not see that, and even the healthiest of people that come through are shocked. They're shocked because it's like, wow, I didn't even see that one.
And Dr. And one of the great things about it too is that you have an actual wellness, a suggested wellness program that comes along with it.
And that's
that allows you guys to do what is right.
Exactly. So after the results come through, people want to know, well, what do I do? Here's what you do. Here is what is recommended for you.
Right,
this is based on your. This is of course, this is your choice that you want to move forward. So that's why we say it's always based on your choice. So, if you want to get a hold of me, family, give me a call for this RM3A testing, and along with that we do a urine analysis. So together we call it the works, and the works is a combination of urine analysis plus the RM3A, so we can see in a total scope of where you are. Then we make the roadmap, the holistic approach where you need to go. So I want to thank everyone for all of the positive people and feedback that we've received from this bill is just phenomenal. And I want to give a shout out to Steve Goldflam. Steve Goldflam is one of my partners in this RM3A, and Steve, I was want to reach out and say, man, you have really brought to the family a powerful device, and with that we have really come through with some powerful testimony. So I thank you publicly. I will see you this week, and I would say we got to close out, Bill. And if you want, Mike's rap. Mike just gave me the rap. So I want to say to the family, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully this has been a blessing to you and your family, and hopefully you go tell somebody. If you want to get a hold of me, or if you want to set up an appointment, 1-877-377-2854. That's 1-877-377-2854. Or you can call me directly, 215-779-7355, 215-779-7355, and ask for the works. Just say, Bill, just say, give me the works. That's it. Give me the works. Give me the works. I want to also I want to thank also our producers, Michael Ledbetter, Laura Lomax, Sarah Lomax-Reese, and the entire Lomax family, and Miss Beverly Lomax. Thank you so much for always. We love you. And Bill, I just want to say, Mike Moore, thank you, brother. Appreciate you behind it, Bill. Bill 1L Morgan, thank you for always being who you are, brother. And family, I just want to say also, we are doing great things with the Zoom every Wednesday evening. And that's at 7 o'clock. It's called the Family Tree. If you want to participate with us, go to my website, www.drpaulherbs. That's DRPAUL herbs with an S.com. And go right to where it says subscribe. Put your name and your email, and then you'll be on the list, and we'll blast out the Zoom information so that you'll know when we go live on Wednesday evenings. It's been a blast, man. We had over 100-something folks last one. So, want to let you know a lot of information is there. This is a chance for you to ask your questions, but it's also the family and the elders coming around the tree. So, there you go. Bill, 1L Morgan, I thank you again. And remember, family, be encouraged. If you're breathing,
you got a shot.
God bless y'all.
God bless everybody.